Richard Fuller.
Madam Deputy Speaker, changes by politicians to the recommendations of the Trade Remedies Authority, the sort of meddling the regulations were designed to discourage, because political involvement is too often influenced by lobbying pressure and special interests rather than by the wider benefits of society. The TRA is clear. Trade protection should continue where there is evidence of an import surge over the period of investigation and injury to producers. Protection will continue on 82% by volume of currently protected products. Protection is only recommended to end where there has been no import surge at all, or that any increase in imports has resulted in no injury to producers. We should not continue protection when no injury has been incurred. Now, the motion says by Monday 28th of June, Labour will be prepared to take all the steps necessary for urgent legislative action to protect the vital interests of the British steel industry. But this is false for two reasons. Firstly, as the analysis by the authority demonstrates, the changes are designed not to affect the vital interest of the steel industry participants. The UK steel industry is at risk from dumping arising from chronic global oversupply, but it also suffers from relatively high labour costs, burdensome energy costs, a large green footprint for accessing raw materials, and an expensive, unproven and unfunded pathway to a green steel future, none of which are addressed in the motion today and all of which are vital to the future of the steel industry. Secondly, the Labour motion seeks to align completely the largely private interests of the owners of businesses in the steel industry, some of them are good, some of them are a bit more dodgy, with the interests of UK taxpayers as a whole. These interests may overlap, Madam Deputy Speaker, but they are not identical. The motion is an incoherent gesture, not a viable strategy for the UK steel industry, demonstrating the superficiality of Labour's approach to the steel industry, just as Labour's call to put taxpayers' money to a firm now under investigation by the Serious Fraud Office was just a few weeks ago. If the UK wishes to have a vibrant steel industry, then it needs the sort of thorough review that my right honourable friend, the Secretary of State for Business, is undertaking. And should it require additional investment by a UK taxpayer, the case for this will have to stand up well to Treasury scrutiny. The context of Treasury includes that the UK economy is already being taxed at its highest rate since the 1960s. The government debt is already at nearly 100% of GDP. That the UK ran its largest ever peacetime deficit last year of £303 billion, and that worryingly £303 billion means that we're borrowing one-third of all public expenditure, and that in 2020 the Bank of England bought approximately 80% of that borrowing. Quantitative easing to finance government expenditure rather than to meet an inflation target is an emergency tactic, not a regular tool of fiscal policy, and the benign period of its availability is coming to end. So this Parliament needs to start making tough decisions if we are to make space for the support of our UK steel industry's green transition. If we can address bigger issues along the lines of infrastructure projects with uncertain then we will be able to support the green change in the steel industry.
Tammy.